The Addams Family is a new animated film based on the fictional family created by Charles Addams. Members of the mysterious and spooky Addams family are readily preparing for a visit from their even creepier relatives. But trouble soon arises when a shady TV host realizes that the Addams' airy hilltop mansion is standing in the way of her dream to sell all the houses in her neighborhood. I was really looking forward to seeing the Addams Family. I'm a fan of every version of the Addams Family, the 90s movies, even some of the earlier shows as well. Even though the animation kind of looks like earlier Illumination style animation, I was really excited to see this, especially with the voice cast of Charlize Theron, Oscar Isaac. Nick Kroll is in the movie as well, so I thought they brought on a lot of great talent into this movie. And I think the Addams Family had some right elements going for it, but at times it did feel a little dull. One thing they did get right is, I guess, the spookiness behind the Addams Family. The Addams Family loves death, they love dark things, they love everything that's spooky. And one thing that this movie did well is translate it into an animated form. They are able to create the mansion that they lived in and make it look spooky. The animation for the characters, it all looked really well. And I loved how that the feeling of this eerie family still was in this animated movie. You could still feel that they're spooky and they're different from your average family. You still have fun listening to all the things that they like, all the things that they're into. But unfortunately, it doesn't really get too dark compared to the 90s movies. Those were PG-13. And even Addams Family Values had the father giving the new baby vodka. So yeah, that's not going to happen with an animated movie. But it doesn't really get too dark. I feel like it's tamed because it is a kid's movie. And I feel like this is more geared towards children, and some children might even be turned off by this movie and not really enjoy it. I saw it Thursday night, and there was a few kids there, and about middle of the movie they were screaming, so you can tell that they were unimpressed and not very interested in what they were seeing. So they were just kind of doing their own thing, not very interested in watching the movie. But it has those elements of the family being spooky and them liking this mansion, and the house speaks to them and yells at them to get out. They really like that stuff. And so the moments of the Addams Family within the mansion and them doing spooky things and doing typical Addams Family things, I enjoyed. I like seeing the Addams Family, and the voice acting behind it works really well. Like I did say, unfortunately, it does get a bit dull. There are separate storylines that really feel wasted and don't really add much to the movie, especially Pugsley, who has to have this ceremony that he's practicing for, but you never really feel like he's practicing for it. So there's certain storylines in the movie that feel like they're just there to stretch the runtime and give some of the other members something to do. I never felt like that storyline was the strong part of the movie. There's also a storyline with Wednesday Addams. We're going to school and she makes friends, where she starts to wear regular clothes and scares off her mother. That storyline I really didn't mind too much because it gave some character growth to Wednesday Addams. But there were certain storylines that just really didn't make sense. I guess the bad person in the movie, this TV host who wants to control the Addams house and get rid of the Addams family, felt very typical, didn't really add anything new to the story. So certain storylines like hers as well didn't do much for me in the movie. Overall, the Addams Family had some things that worked for it. I liked this odd style of animation, and I like that they still were able to capture the creepiness behind the Addams Family. Unfortunately, they didn't get too dark compared to what I've known for them before, but they still managed to have fun with the characters. I really, really like the voice cast in here. It works. Oscar Isaac is great as the father, and one thing I've always admired is how much he loves his wife and how affectionate he is towards his wife. That works really well in here. The kids are great as well. Nick Kroll as the uncle is great. He's funny. I like how he changes his voice for the movie. But unfortunately, it does get dull at times. I feel like it drags. There's certain storylines that never really feel like they have a need in the movie. So that is unfortunate, but I did enjoy it at times. It's not funny. It's not dark. It's not that creepy compared to what I know the Addams Family to be. But it still was a decent movie, and I did appreciate the fact that it did come out in October, because I can watch this kind of movie in the month of October and get ready for the Halloween season. I'm going to go ahead and give the Addams Family a C+. Thank you guys for checking my review for the Addams Family, a new animated film. Have you guys seen it? Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about the film. Stay tuned this weekend. I got a ranking video for all of the Addams Family movies. My name is JustinWatchesMovies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.